A career without goals is like embarking on a journey without a map, or a GPS, or even a destination. In this video, we'll explore effective strategies to help you visualize success, break down your goals into actionable steps, create specific yet flexible career objectives, and embrace the challenge of hard goals. So let's get started mapping out your path to success. The first thing you have to learn is how to visualize success. Visualization, also known as imagery or mental rehearsal, is when you envision what success would look like upon achieving your ultimate goal. You should involve all of your senses. What would success look like? What would it feel like? Even ask yourself and envision in your mind, what would success in accomplishing my goal smell like? The more detailed a picture you can paint in your mind, the better. It has been shown that those who use visualization have increased confidence and are more likely to achieve their long-term goals. It's been found that as many as 90% of Olympic athletes use imagery to succeed at their sport. Michael Phelps, who is the most decorated Olympian of all time with 28 medals, shared that he used visualization to be prepared for anything that could happen during a race to boost his confidence. And you too can use visualization, whether it's for a job interview, a career pivot, professional goals, or anything else in your life to achieve success. Now that you know what success looks like, it's time to actually format your goals. And you should always write your goals down, and ideally put them somewhere where you can look at them every day as a constant reminder of what you want to achieve in your life. Now, there are a few things you should do to make sure that you will succeed at your goals. The first is that you should break your big goals down into smaller goals. Let's say you want to become a director or vice president at your company, but right now you're an analyst or maybe even an intern. It's important that you break down into smaller goals how you're going to arrive at becoming a director. This could be smaller steps like getting certifications, excelling at your current role so that you can become an associate or a manager and work your way up to that director role. Or maybe you own your own company and you want to scale your revenue to $1 million a year. If you're currently only making $50,000, you need to set smaller goals. How can I achieve $100,000, $200,000, $500,000 a year before jumping all the way to $1 million? Because there are many steps in between that you need to do in order to succeed. I've found that this method really helps me to organize my thoughts, build momentum, and combat procrastination. These big, lifelong goals that we've discussed and visualized can seem very daunting when you're at the bottom, but by breaking your goals up into smaller steps, it can feel a lot easier and more achievable, which will encourage and motivate you. In my personal career, I've found it very helpful to network and talk to people who are currently doing things that I'd like to do. Like in our example from earlier, if you want to be a vice president, talk to someone who's currently a vice president. Learn what their career journey looked like. What certifications do they have? What are things that you're missing that you can start working on today to get you to their position? This will give you a good idea of what small steps you need to take to arrive at your ultimate career goal and how to be successful in your life. Next, you should make sure your goals are specific but flexible using the SMART method. SMART is an acronym that stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based. Specific meaning you can define in detail exactly what you need to do to accomplish your goals. Measurable in that there is a way you can measure when you achieve your goal or that you're being successful towards your goals to help you stay motivated. Achievable because you need to make sure that your goal is actually something you can realistically accomplish in your life. Relevant meaning your smaller goals and steps are actually realistic in you achieving your larger overall goals. And time-bound. It is essential that you have a timeline so that you can continue progressing and hold yourself accountable. When you set these SMART goals, it's important to have your long-term vision in mind. But remember, if your goals change, that's okay. You can absolutely adapt and adjust your goals. But it's always important to have your specific list of goals to keep you on course, to make sure that you're holding yourself accountable and continuing to progress and move forward. Now it's time to make sure that you're setting hard goals. We get another acronym from HARD, which is heartfelt, animated, required, and difficult. These are goals that push you outside of your comfort zone, but they ultimately help you to achieve things that you never even thought were possible. Now, not everyone has huge, ambitious goals, but because you're watching this, I know that you want to accomplish great things in your life. And it's completely understandable to be afraid of failure when thinking about these hard and ambitious goals. Did you know Dr. Seuss's first book was rejected by 27 publishers, and the 28th sold 6 million copies of it. Walt Disney was once fired by a newspaper editor for lack of ideas and went bankrupt several times before successfully launching Disney. Henry Ford also went broke and bankrupt before successfully creating the Ford Motor Company. Everyone fails. The difference is between the people who give up on their goals and dreams and those who push through the failure, learn from it, and change the world. Something I always say is the only way to truly fail is to not try. And finally, if you want to be successful in your life and in your career, you need to employ accountability tactics. It doesn't matter how amazing your goals are if you forget about them and never even work towards accomplishing them. We talked about the importance of writing down your goals and having a timetable on when you want to accomplish them. But it's even better when you have friends or family that you can share those goals with. These are some of the best people to keep you motivated and held to your timetables. They won't be afraid of letting you know that you have a goal coming up and what are you doing to accomplish it. If you aren't a big fan about your family and friends being on your back and constantly pushing you, and you feel like you have trouble self-motivating, you can even consider getting a coach. Career coaches do an incredible job of helping motivate you and helping you to stick to your timetables so that you can accomplish your big goals in life. But the most important thing is that you've chosen goals that inspire and motivate you. These goals really can't come from your spouse or your parents. They have to come from inside of you and what you want to accomplish in your life and in your career. One effective technique that I've personally used is rewarding myself upon achieving different milestones. To work in financial services, I had to get my SIE and my Series 7 financial licenses, and upon accomplishing those and passing those exams, I go and reward myself with things that keep me motivated to get that next license or to get to that next step in my career. Use rewards to keep yourself motivated and to continue on your path to success. If you follow these techniques for setting clear career goals, you'll create a roadmap for your success. And the sky is the limit to what you can accomplish.